Forgot to add myself to the live stream. Hey guys, welcome back to Melissa's Cricket Creation. Wait till you guys come on in. We're gonna go over some cool stuff for like we're gonna go over how to flatten because I know we said we were gonna do that. We're gonna go over some cool stuff, and we're gonna talk about child support while I paint, and I'll show you my canvas in a second. And so y'all just get on in here. We'll wait on some of y'all. My guest won't be here tonight, so we can use this time to talk about any cricket questions that you might have. And oh, well, we have one person here.
Daddy's here.
Ha! Okay, that's hey, girls. But we got two more people coming, but I just told you earlier time because I think he's gonna make it on time. We're not gonna really get started tonight.
For me?
Yeah. We're not
gonna want the whole ass shit. Man, you could tell me that, dude.
Oh, why you
Oh my bad, we live.
But we're gonna really get started with the child support at 9. But I'm tell everybody I'm live because we're gonna go over really quickly how to flatten
these.
Now.
My daughter tripping, man.
Not feeling good? Or is she just sick of you?
I'm sick of her. Shit the fuck.
All right, guys. I'm going to share my screen real quick. Because,
Bro, why you did me like that when I'm always on time?
Nah, I just... All right. It wasn't anything personal.
That's personal, yes. I don't appreciate that.
I apologize, sir.
Yeah, next time don't let it happen again, all right?
Okay, you took that too far.
Okay. We got that. We got that clear. Do we have that look? Do we have that understanding?
You're gonna have an understanding of that. All right, guys. Let me show you.
I hope you're charging them for this because we just talked about.
So you would be hoping wrong. All right, so here is the home screen. And let's go to my projects. And my projects.
My projects stink. In my project.
Okay, just you could mute yourself for a second, please, sir. That's my fault. I had you come early.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, so right. Yeah, you're right. So if you can see the screen, I'm gonna do customize, right?
Is that Chloe down there?
So if you're trying to flatten the image, let's let it load.
Chloe down there?
No, it's another little girl that I did a birthday party for. But yeah, if you're trying to flatten the image, whenever this low, so I have a Chromebook. So on Chromebooks, you cannot. Oh, it might not even let me do it because on Chromebooks you cannot use images, which sucks. All right, it says images and fonts used in this project. It won't load. I might have to do it on my phone to show you guys because on a Chromebook you cannot use images, just like those Androids. It's on an Android system. So, okay, I might have to show you from my phone then. All right, so let me exit out of that.
I'm gonna let Ash. I'm gonna mind the business.
You say you asked you.
I got a little bacon shirt. Just whatever. Okay. I'm looking mad poor today. All the time. Looking broke.
Yeah.
All
right, so I'm just gonna show you on here real quick. In my project. All right. So this is my canvas. If you guys can see it, this is my canvas.
This is where I'm from. This is where I live.
Can you be quiet?
This is what I love. Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
This is my age. This is my sign. Look.
All right, so look. So this is the image. If I wanted to flatten this image, the first thing I have to do first is I have to tap the image and I have to drag the cursor over it. Once I do that, I can go to actions, go to, well, see, it says unflattened because right now it's flattened. It says highlighted. And that's simply all you have to do is unflatten it. Okay. So that was pretty simple. I wanted to go over that with you real quick so you can
That's
see
pretty
it.
simple.
Yeah.
This is my age. This is my sign. This is where I live.
Thank you
This is
guys.
where I like.
So this is the portrait that I will be painting today.
Okay.
Oh, and while we're waiting, it's a manifestation portrait.
What's the meaning? Hey, what's the meaning behind that portrait though?
The meaning behind the portrait is, since we're about to talk about child support, like a lady said, let me finish. Like a lady in my group said, this is a meaning of unity. You know, so this is only a conversation, you know, and this is just a meaning of unity. All right, here we go. What colors should I use?
I mean, of course, you're going to have to use brown.
Brown, black, pink, purple, green. All right, guys. So we're about to get this started. So we're going to paint today. If you have your canvas out, Tiffany, I know you still don't have your canvas. We're going to have to meet up this week so you can get your canvas.
Tiffany, get your canvas, Tiffany.
But we're going to paint today. And this means unity. It shows the unity that we have for each other. But I can only pick so many colors in this unity. So I think I'm going to go with pink because pink is my favorite color. So let's do pink. Definitely going to need brown, like you said. We'll do pink. You see I'm official.
Official like a referee with a whistle.
I'm going to do green. I need a brown. I'm going to do brown. Here's the brown. I have brown. I know y'all excited about this topic, so if you go ahead and tell me if you are for child support or against. This is a judgment-free zone. We just want to know what you think. I'm going to do orange, purple, and what other color you think? Is this purple or blue?
Oh, Lord. Wow. You must ain't got your contacts in.
All right, guys. So it's almost 9 o'clock, so it's almost time to get started. We started a little bit late this week just because I just want to try something different. Let's see if time matters. All right. So if you didn't get to see, this is the, I brought the wrong one, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. This is the canvas I'll be painting today. This signifies unity. Before we get this conversation started, this is the unity of that. No matter what the outcome of this conversation today is, it's all love, you know, it's all love. And if you want to know how to make this canvas, or if you want to order a canvas, you can order a canvas by joining Boss Beginnings. If you want to know how to make this canvas, I have a video in my videos, DIY, how to make canvases, and you can watch that video. So we're like 15 minutes early, so 2 minutes early. So both of our guests should be coming on shortly. And I asked you to send a picture, but you didn't. So we're just getting ready, and we're gonna get this started, and we're excited. We're excited to have some young blood. What color was I just thinking about?
Some child support blood. Let's talk about it, okay? Let's talk about this child support.
Yeah, when I guess gonna get here. Send this house 9 o'clock. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
you should have started. You should have started me at 9. Started them at 8:45. How about that? Next
Right.
time.
Well, while we're waiting, we can go ahead and talk. What colors you think I should use on this video? On this paint. I should we probably should do our Afro black, right?
This is my age.
You don't know? Or you
You
just
talking
don't?
to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you talking to people. You
Ooh.
should do You should do what you mean for like for what like what part the hair what we talking about?
So the hair should be black, right?
Of course,
And then we'll just paint them brown. I ain't bring no
of
water
course.
to change out the pins, but that's cool. I always paint them yellow first.
Paint who yellow?
The people.
Why? Is it
Uh,
enhance it or something? Is it like an enhancer or something?
yeah, so that they won't be so.
Also plain and dull looking makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I could dig it.
I'm an artist.
No, you're not, but I understand. I feel you.
Okay.
I can put two
So,
and two together.
all right. So, welcome to Melissa's Cricket Creation. Today, we're going to be discussing Dr. Umar Johnson. If you guys have heard of him, I wanted to wait until our guest got here. I am painting while we're doing this, and this painting is a representation of the unity that we have with each other as we talk about these issues. And we wait on Olivia. She's coming back, and Mr. 1987. I don't even know his name. For him to get here,
That's a 1987.
that's his name. Yeah,
Well, my boy, what's his name, man? It's a cat name.
Jeremy.
Yeah, where he at?
I don't know. He might come back one day.
One day he better come back soon.
Mm-hmm.
Not that skinny dude. What the little thin boy was? What's his name?
Somebody Denzel.
Denzel. That character.
Why you don't like Denzel? He didn't say
It
anything
was
bad.
weird. He ain't say nothing. He ain't say nothing. He ain't say nothing bad. He ain't say nothing good. He was for you and he was for me. I'm like, nigga, hold up. You gotta pick a side. And I don't know. Yeah. Well.
Everybody can be right sometimes. These are just
He was right. Well, but you was right.
he
And
mostly said I was right because that was the right
girl,
answer.
miss me with the BS.
You need to calm down. You see,
I'm calm.
because all right, log on. Okay, Mr. 1987 is ready. All right, log on. We're ready for you. We're ready to get started. Get it ready. Get it ready. Get it ready. Ready.
hey,
We're gonna,
I got girl, I almost start doing my 1990s. Girl, don't you do it. I said, whew, I'm going back to my days.
all right. So we're just waiting on everybody to log in. I just want to be in for a little while so people get a chance to get the notifications. And
she want to be in for a little while.
So he's logging in now.
I want to be down.
So I thought you was gonna be late when you said give me a second. I said, oh Lord.
A second. You know what a second is?
Do you know?
A couple of minutes. That's what a second is.
All right, guys, we're just waiting on our guest. I'm sorry to keep you waiting like this. When it logs, I might just edit this video so you don't see all this waiting.
Nah, you ain't cutting me out of this. No, sir.
It ain't cutting
I
you
need the whole 14 minutes. You hear me? I need the whole 14. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can probably delete the first.
Mm-hmm.
Now the last 15 minutes or something, but you're gonna keep mine.
Oh, okay.
Probably
not, but that's
yeah. Make it happen.
All right. So Mr. 1987 is logging on now, and we're about to get this started. If I could just have y'all put in the comments, put some ones in the comments just to let me know you're sipping with us and y'all ready to craft and sip. I am painting a unity piece. It's the manifestation of love and happiness to not only just a man, because anybody can just have someone of the male species. We're talking about someone that's a provider, that comforts, a nurturer, nurtures you mentally and physically. So that's what we're manifesting tonight. Okay, somebody that you don't have to put on child support. That's not what we want.
Don't do that. It's because girl, we finna get into this.
Somebody you don't have to put on child support. What's wrong with that?
Somebody you don't, but you, man, we're not gonna play.
Put on what?
Somebody you don't have to put on child support, but at the end of the day, you feel he should go put himself on child support just because.
Well,
Miss me
no,
with that.
this person's gonna be your husband, so you won't have to put him on child support because he's gonna be legally obligated, morally and legally obligated. You don't have to. There we go. Look at you showing up. Hey.
My coworker put himself on child support.
That's great. We're talking about your coworker.
All right.
Hello.
Hey, Olivia. You ain't in the comments no more? Nigga live. Nah, she ain't in the comments no more. Okay.
Something happened.
I ain't in the comments. I made it up. Made it up to that.
Hey, look, girl, made it. You mean?
Jay, your phone is echoing for some reason.
Why is it echoing?
I don't know. What kind of phone you got?
LG Wing. You know what I got.
That extra wing you got on there.
Oh, you got the joke today, yeah?
Now we just, I'm sorry it's taking so long.
You had a bowl of joke.
The 1987. All right, we're going to get started. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. Welcome to Melissa's Cricket Creation. I said that like 10 times now. If you haven't already, go ahead and like this video. Let's see the algorithms. YouTube shows that people are watching and liking it. If you could leave a comment so we know that you're here. We want to know who's watching. Is this my phone echoing?
There you go. Stop playing with me. That's your phone echoing.
I didn't hear echo.
I hear echo.
I do too.
See, that's your phone.
I don't even have no TV on. That's that cricket service you got. Yeah. You know. Boost mode, cricket service.
All right, Frederick. No, Douglas is here. We'll let him work on that. If y'all didn't see, we're doing peace and community, okay? So you guys really you introduced yourselves last week, but go ahead and do it again. Olivia, you can start.
I'm Olivia. I'm expert matter. What you call it? Subject expert matter. So what we supposed to be saying? A little bit about ourselves. I'm a young mother, entrepreneur on the side of any business that Melissa got going on. I'm a spiritual entrepreneur. I'm just out here doing my thing. I don't know what else to say.
All right, doing your thing. All right. Go ahead. Whatever your name is, Jay. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, hey, you clowning tonight, huh?
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
But yeah, man, I'm J Boy Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all can follow me on TikTok for sure. J Boy Entertainment. I'll be on YouTube a little bit. J Boy Entertainment. And yeah. That's pretty much about it,
And we have one more guest, Frank. Come in. Never get. Welcome, Luanda. Luanda's watching from Trinidad. We want to welcome you into the Melissa's Cricket Creation Sipping Craft, all the way from Trinidad, the Caribbean.
Damn.
Okay.
No.
Oh my God. You all right? Oh, shit. You good?
All right. I don't know what happened. I was drinking a drink too fast.
Oh my God, yo.
Okay, so let's get started. So today's conversation is going to be about child support and about whether or not you can put people on men on child support. We're not going to say men. We're going to say people of the male species, because a real man would make sure his child is taken care of. So this wouldn't even be a conversation. But
I can't trust nobody.
before we get started, we're going to listen to a small clip. Do you guys know who Dr. Umar Johnson is? You guys know who Dr. Umar Johnson is? Olivia, Jay. Yeah, y'all on the
I mean,
show.
I don't know who he is. I know of him, but I don't know who. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't just like follow the cat.
You know, follow him. Okay. Well, Dr. Umar Johnson, he's a activist, I guess, in the Black community, and he preaches, Black first or whatever. And so he has a very strong opinion on child support, and I want you guys to hear it. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen as I know how to. All right. So Frederick Douglass, no Douglas, you got to connect your mic.
I can't trust nobody.
All right. So this was found. This is for fair use. I found this on the 600 million views. If you want to see the full interview, they tackle child support issues all the time, and you can go watch on there. So they asked him, what did he feel about being in the child support system? So let's listen.
That if first of all, it costs money to raise children, and we all know that. It definitely costs money to raise children. We all know that. And if a mother has an able-bodied male as a father who is able to find work and who has work and who chooses not to help her financially provide for the child, in my opinion, it is no shame on that woman to seek recourse through the child support system if the man can provide and chooses not to. But what I do have a big problem with is when the man is unable to provide and the woman still takes the man into the child support system. We have a situation where so many Black men in the United States of America are unable to find meaningful labor. They cannot become gainfully employed as a result of their engagement via the criminal justice system. When you have a man who's trying to do right, who's looking for a job, not find still ends up in child support court, where his inability to find a job is now criminalized. And he can now be put in prison because the system, the white power structure of America, refuses to give him a job. That is criminal. And as far as I am concerned, that is a human rights abuse. And as someone who works in the prisons, I can tell you, one of the fastest growing, if not the fastest growing reason for Black men, especially young Black males, to be retained in the criminal injustice system is due to a failure to pay child support where they are unable to find gainful employment. And this is one of the biggest reasons why I take issue with Black people who love Bill Clinton and love Barack Obama. Let me say this again. This is a big reason why I take issue with Black people who love Barack Obama and love Bill Clinton, our last two Democratic presidents. And the reason I take issue with it is because Bill Clinton, when he was president of the United States, in 1994, he gave us the Bill Clinton crime.
Okay, so we heard enough of that. We don't really care about the rest. So, according to Mr. Let's remove that. According to Mr. Umar Johnson, we should only put someone on child support if they're able to find gainful employment. That if they're not able to find gainful employment, then we shouldn't put these people into the system because it's not his fault. Even though he's a grown man, it's not his fault that he's not able to. Okay, doctor. We haven't even verified that doctor, but thank you, Jeremy. Dr. Umar Johnson. We haven't verified. Is that Jeremy from your job? What's his last name? Okay. Dr. Umar Johnson, child support order. He said it's not his fault that he can't afford to pay for the child that he created, and that we should not put him in the child support system if he can't find gainful employment. We're going to start with ladies first because usually we make the most sense. So, Olivia, would you like to tell us what you think about this?
You be clowning, boy.
I'm not a boy. Okay.
So, if we were to go by the let's not send men who can't find work to jail, then there needs to be some type of program. Because at the end of the day, the child needs to be provided for. That's what it comes down to. So what do we do when we have mothers who are, which I read this the other day, going to jail because they don't have someone to watch their kids while they work?
Amen.
That's something that was never brought up. Okay, if the father's not able to provide, why isn't he helping her in some type of way to find someone to watch the child, or he watch the child? Something. I feel like it needs to be a partnership. If it becomes a partnership when having children, then you'll have less men on child support, because then you'll be involved in a child's life. You'll know what they need, what size they wear. Some fathers don't even know what size kids wear. And I think that's important because out of sight, out of mind. If you're not watching a child, you're not with the child, raising a child, it's easy to say, oh, well, I can't find work. So, it just is what it is. No, you can start a business now. That's an excuse. You can start a business. You can wash floors. You can clean houses. It's so many things you can do to provide for your children. There's no way there should be anybody out here not doing it. So
I agree. What about you? Jay?
Let's see. With Dr. Umar. I don't agree with him talking about basically the father who can't find a job shouldn't be on child support. And he should be on child support. Hello?
I'm here.
Yeah, he should be on child support. I mean, like, it's just like y'all, that was a collective thing. Y'all both made that child together. So, I mean, but why he can't find a job? I mean, of course we all have, everybody go through things, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he ain't the first or the last person who done been through something and was able to find a job. So, I mean, he should be on child support just as well as a person who's able and still not taking care of his kid. I definitely agree that the person who's able and still not be able to take care of his kids should be on child support.
Okay, so we can all agree that a man that laid down or stood up, whatever he did to create a child, is responsible for taking care of their kid, right? So now let's talk about what do you think constitute a man being able to put on child support? What do you think, like, if you had a kid, which we all have children, but like, what is like a deciding factor? Like, okay, this person needs to be put on child support. Olivia.
So, not providing, it's like what Jay was saying. Everyone hits a rough patch and they're not able to find work. Okay, cool. But there's so many programs out there for you to find labor, in some kind of way, or create your own business. So if you have someone who's out there who's not working or not trying to find work, he needs to be on child support. That's point blank, period. I think there's a misunderstanding between child support and the time you spend with a child. There are some men out there that feel like if I pay child support, that's what I'm going to do. That's it. I'm not going to get the child. I'm not going to see the child. I'm just going to pay this money. I did my part. Those two things coincide with each other. You have to take care of your child financially, and you have to put in the time with your child because they need their fathers or mothers, because there are mothers out there that's on child support as well. They need both parents in their lives. So if you're not providing, if you're not providing and giving time to your child, I think that, that's somebody who needs to be on child support. Whether you have a job or not, you got to get out there and hustle, then do whatever you got to do. I ain't saying sell some stuff. I ain't saying that. What I'm saying is find some type of product to sell legally, or look for a job, or go door to door, cleaning houses, whatever you have to do, mow yards. I've seen men have 3-4 jobs. So for one man to say, "Well, I can't find anything," that's an excuse. So you just got to get out there and try to provide. But if you're not doing that financially and physically, then yes, you should be on child support, because physically is also an expense, because a mother has to be with a child all day long, right? She want to go out with her friend girls or go on a date, she has to pay for somebody to watch their child, or they have to have a family member watch them. And either way, that time itself takes away from financially from the mother. So I think you should be putting in time physically and financially. That's how I look at it. If you're not, you should be on child support.
You should be on track. I think a lot of men forget about the physical. They think about, I need to provide, monetarily, and not even enough monetarily, but they think about the monetary side of it, but they don't think about the dates that you have to go on. They don't think about when you have to work late. They don't think about how you're the person that gets up when their child is sick, how you're the only point of contact for this kid. They don't think about that, and they don't understand that, when you're paying child support, you're paying for you not to have to be there also. Like, I'm picking up the slack for you not being there. And I don't think men take that into consideration. Now, I know I had talked about this earlier. I thought that it was important to bring up the fact that I believe that if the mother and the father aren't married, that the father should, if the father is going to be the parent that's not if you're taking the kid, that's different.
Custodial.
Let me not say father, but whoever's not going to be the primary caretaker, custodial caretaker, thank you, Jay. They need to automatically be put on child support, man or woman, whoever doesn't have the kid.
I don't agree. That sound good. Like, you ain't never been. This is the thing. You ain't been on child support, so you don't know. Like, you can say that all day long. I'll be on child support. You can say I'll be on child support. Like I said, you can say, yeah, put me on child support, until you get put on child support. Then snap. This really than what I thought it was.
No, it is.
It ain't as easy as you think it is. You know what I'm saying? It ain't as simple as you think it is either.
And neither is raising the kid. So it's like, if you don't have true too. Kids, you gotta pay.
But if you're taking care of your kid, point blank, period, that don't mean you should just go automatically be on child support.
So if you're already taking care of your child, why are you so upset that you got put on child support?
Because, bro, you don't understand, as a black man, whatever the case may be, white man, it could be whatever. You just don't want to be in the system again. Like, you in the system, period. Like, don't nobody want to be dealing with that.
They don't have a kid.
It's on both parties.
Okay, so she did her life sentence with the kid. Now you got to pay. I mean,
you just saying that because you got your daughter. You just saying that because you got your daughter. You ain't had your daughter. And the shoe was on the other foot. You would be all that what you talking right now.
Child support.
That sound good. It sound good. That's it. That's all it do. It sound good.
Because at the end of the day,
I don't know. Not one female that's gonna say, yeah. That's gonna really go down there. Yeah, I'm about to put myself on child support. I ain't even worried about it. It don't matter if you didn't have your kid. I don't know one female that's gonna go down there and put herself on child support.
You can't argue.
I ain't ask you that. I don't know one female that's gonna go down there and just put a. I don't know one that's gonna go to the CPS. To the child support office, division office. Hey, I'm taking care of my kid, but at the same time, I just want to go ahead and put myself on child support. That's what I want to do. I think it's the right decision.
She agrees with me 100% because
man, I ain't worried about her.
That I'm usually right.
I ain't worried about your friend.
Hold up now. No. Jeremy said if you could consider all aspects of it, I think it would open up the conversation. So, Jeremy, when you say all aspects of child support, do you mean So the biggest thing I don't think people take in consideration, especially men, is all what goes into raising a kid. So they think of a number. They like, oh, you don't need X amount of dollars to raise a kid. They don't think about the fact that in Texas, a daycare for Chloe is $235 a week. Okay.
So
excuse me, I'm still talking. They also don't think about the fact that if I got to put her in the extracurricular activities, about the schools, they have book fairs and they got
she stay at home.
She ain't got to stay at home because she got to go to school. They have book fairs. You got to dress them up. They run out of. Oh, he said let him in. He not up here. I can't let him in.
Let him in. That nigga been gone since the 70s. Man, look, those clothes.
Try one more time, Douglas. Try one more time. Where was I? Yeah, y'all don't think about all the things that come with raising a kid. You think primarily now, like before I had Chloe, I could get a 1-bedroom. Now I have a child. That's a second bedroom I have to get. That's more lights. That's me taking her to school. That's
cool. And when you went down there, and look, when you put that man on child support, that money that you get from that white man, that's what you get. Point blank period.
I don't get money from a white man.
I'm just saying. I know you don't. I'm just saying. We talking about child support now. We talking about if you was to be on child support.
It's not from a white man. It comes from the guy.
It don't matter. The white man said, "Hey, pay this much." That's what a nigga gonna pay. A nigga ain't finna go above and beyond. This is what I'm supposed to pay. This is what it is.
Because you don't understand.
I'm already talking about on child support. When you already on child support, that's the attitude you have. Okay, cool. That's what I'm gonna pay.
I do everything you're saying women do. Okay, because you have your child full time. Right? Don't you have your child full time, Drew? I know, hello women trifling. You don't.
He do.
That's what y'all like to do. Y'all can't name no names. You just always deflect. Everybody that I know has their kids full time, and we're the ones that's raising them. I know plenty of guys that have defaulted, that's not taking care of their kids, that's not picking them up. But they'll take a good Instagram picture because they do it for the gram. They might be great.
But what about the ones that are?
Right, that's great. Who are they?
You keep talking about the negative. He ain't doing this. He ain't did that. And if she ain't, why is it always about the negative guy? Why you can't talk about the positive guy?
If he is doing something, he should be on child support. Period.
Yes.
Say it again.
I've been in a situation, and I know we'll share personal story, but I'm gonna share one this time, where I started off with my kid's father being on child support. Within the last year and a half or so, he stepped up more physically and financially. We removed the child support case because I'm a firm believer. If you're doing what you're supposed to do financially,
thank you.
Then you shouldn't be on it. But
thank you.
On top of what Melissa said, I do believe if we don't go through the system at birth for that child in the hospital, we need to go ahead and find out. Okay, what are we gonna do? Either we don't even have to be together. We don't have to like each other, but financially and physically, we need to make some type of agreement in that hospital or before we get to the hospital, before the baby born, who's going to be doing what are we going to do financially? How are we going to take care of them? If there's not an agreement made, then okay, go to the courts, let the courts figure it out, But I don't agree with men saying, okay, the judge said I pay $300 a month. That's all I'm gonna pay. That's all I'm gonna do. I ain't gonna see that child. I ain't gonna get that child.
Well, that's the
for a fact it took more than $300 a month to take care of you.
That's the good of man.
With that being said, do you want your child to have the childhood you had, and if it was a good childhood, you were taken care of, you had what you needed, or do you want them to struggle because the mother of the child had to go through the system? So we need to identify what are we doing to ensure these children have everything they need to be properly raised and be able to grow up and be able to take care of their own families, because people mimic what they see. Children grow up to be men or women, and they're going to do exactly what they saw their mother and father do. So with that being said, if the judge say, hey, you give her $300 now, you're going to give her $200 a month. What are you going to do then? Are you going to take care of your child or what?
That's it. Like I said,
it's back on what Jeremy said. I will say there are men that have, their kids full time, but at the same time, it is primarily a woman issue, and that if it was more so a male issue, they would have found a way around this because we care when it affects men. When it's women, we need to figure it out. So I know you say like, oh, you can't you can't necessarily penalize the guy that's supposed to be doing everything he's supposed to be doing to put him on child support. I guess I just piggyback on, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, like what's the big deal? Like I was talking to you earlier when I said, you know, there was a guy that I knew who said, you know, he started off, you know, him and the mother of the child, they were just trying to do 50-50. And then he got put on, I'm being unfair. Okay. So he got put on child support or whatever. And so he said that was the best thing that ever happened to him. Number one, you're helping yourself when you put yourself on child support, because if you're not on child support and she decides to file at year 5, year 6, like technically, right, everything's considered a gift. That even if you were paying when you go in front of that court, if it's not going through the DA's office or the attorney general, it's considered a gift. So like you're hurting yourself, right? So
can I stop you there? Because I had a coworker. Go ahead. And I mean that sounds good. I mean, because if you think about over the course of those 18 years, you could pay a crazy amount of money, right? Mm-hmm. So my coworker, his baby mama, she didn't follow him to the child turned 18. He only had to pay 15 grand back, compared to over the course of 18 years.
Okay, now what was the point? Where you going with that? Say that again.
I was just saying, you was talking about you're gonna hurt yourself in the long run when at the end of the day, when in reality, what I just said.
I just
you know what I'm saying?
You say again. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You say it again?
Yeah, I missed it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You said if a guy, whatever the case may be, he I guess miss out on those first 5 years, he gonna hurt himself, right? In the long run, in the grand scheme of things, with the back pay, right? So my coworker, he didn't pay for 18 years. The baby mama finally filed 18 years later and only had to pay back $15,000 compared to what you talking about over 18-year span. So he didn't pay anything compared to what a person is that's paying the whole 18 years.
Okay, so he feel like he won because he got out of.
Yeah, he won.
See, that's why win. Your child went without for 18 years, and you could at least set them up for college. But now you say I won because I only had to pay $15,000. And I'm
just saying, like he did. That was a win. I ain't agreeing. I'm just like realistically, that's the win. How is that not a win?
So he's the exception, you know. So what we know is that you can go to court, right? Yeah, he bragging. You could go to court, right? And the mother can say, I want to back pay. Okay. You can say, I want back pay from the time the child was born. And you can say, oh, I got all these receipts to show that, I paid. And he can say, oh, that was a gift. So yeah, you can take the chance and maybe the judge may side with you and say, okay, that's cool. But there's a chance they can back pay. So like, why wouldn't you want this trail? Trey said, no, there you go. I feel like if you can't take care of a child on your own, without child support, you shouldn't have the child. See, this is why we want to do child support at birth, because of comments like that. If you let it down and you have
keep the baby to yourself. Put the baby up, man. Let it go. Yeah. Get rid of it. You know you can't take care of it. Go and get rid of it.
So we should say don't lay down without protection.
Close your legs.
If you don't want
put a female condom on.
Child support, because you're not taking care of the child.
Okay, but
why y'all can't put a female condom on? Why always gotta be a guy? Put a rubber on. Put one in you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's say we skipped all those steps, right? Both of us were consenting adults. Both of us did not use the precautions to keep the baby from coming. So guess what happened? Guess what could happen if two consenting adults have sex? They could have a child. So now this is a consequence of both of us making an adult situation and creating another human being. So whose fault is it? And why should you just solely lay on the woman?
You asking?
I can't hear you. I'm sorry. What?
You talking to me?
Yeah, you. Mr. I know everybody.
I mean, it's both parties. It's both parties' fault.
Both people need to take care of it.
You know? Yeah.
Jeremy says, I know friends. Okay, I don't. Friends in the same situation don't, because we're men who grew up taking care of our business on our own. We don't give a D about a trifling woman who only wants to be a mom when it's cute. Y'all sound bitter. Oh my God. We enjoy your comments though, Jeremy. I mean, we don't get to just be a mom when it's cute. We got to get up in the middle of the night. We got to help with homework. We got to take them to school. We got to make sure they got money for the school fair. We got to do
a small majority of women who only do it part-time, which I haven't seen in my personal circle any part-time moms. They're all full-time moms that I deal with. So do we hold men to the same standard as women when you say, oh, well, you shouldn't lay down with this person, or you should have put a condom on? Do we hold men to that same standard with saying, well, maybe we shouldn't have a child with somebody who we don't know what kind of mother she would be? So I feel like it's kind of like a double standard.
It is a double standard.
Hear Jay tell Jeremy, hey, did you put a rubber on? Did you wear a condom? Like for a woman, you're like, oh, y'all should put female condoms on. You should have put it on a man. Are we putting that same standard on men in this situation as we are with women, Jay? I'm just saying.
Hey, baby. Hey.
Yeah. She said she was tired. She was tired before you for her.
I need to go back to sleep. Shit.
So Phyllis says, why should we take care of a child by ourselves when you help get the woman pregnant? I mean, not help get the woman pregnant. Jeremy says, I'm not going to chase her. What does that mean? Explain to me what you mean, Jeremy. Are you talking about the mother? If the mother doesn't want to be in the child's life, you're not going to chase her?
Right.
It's not about women who take care of their children. Okay. Promise I'm not. So Jeremy's not builder, so let's get that out the way.
Okay.
It is a double standard. I felt it when he wrote that comment. I felt like, hey, but guess what? That's what happens when you're raising your kids. You get a little bit bitter about the other person that doesn't have the responsibility. It's a natural. There's nothing wrong with it. I feel like it's natural to have a little bit of resentment towards the person that helped you create the child that's not there to help you raise it. You can call people bitter, you can call people, whatever you want to call, but I think it's a natural reaction because you didn't do it by yourself. So unless the person dies, you shouldn't be on the hook to take care of the child by yourself.
Elizabeth, it should be passion. You're passionate about it.
Passionate, okay. Jeremy said nobody holds anyone to those standards. We be like, they cute, do you? I guess he's saying like if you tell your friend you're dating somebody, you don't say make sure you wrap it up. Da, da, da. Is that what you're saying, Jeremy? No, make sure you wrap it up. Make sure you do this. Make sure you do that. It's just like, oh, he's cute. Go for it. Da, 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 da. So okay, so let's talk about some of the laws that's come out with child support. So some of the laws that come out.
Go. So you've done some research?
No, I just know.
You don't know shit about child support. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Another bitter one.
I was on child support for 9 years.
Go ahead, tell us about
Huh?
Tell us about that. Then I'll read Jeremy's comment.
Tell about me being on child support for 9 years. Man. Woo. So I was like, so it was like my little high school little chick. She was a little jump off. And
let's talk about the child support.
I'm going into it. Can I get into this? Can I get into my story? It's a story.
Okay, good.
So she was like an upperclassman, you know what I'm saying? I was like 15, she was like 17. And she had a little thing for me. So I was like, yeah. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm about to get this, you know? Yeah, so I did what I did. And my mama, she was cool with it, whatever. That's where it probably went wrong at. That's kind of probably where it went wrong. And mama being cool with me having, sexual relationship with this older girl, you know what I mean, in her house.
That much old. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like she was condoning it, you know what I mean? And I saw like during the whole about a year or two, into it, you know what I'm saying? Like she was kind of abusive in a sense, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, dang, bro. Like she doing 3 months, you know what I mean? Like, I'm fighting in class, not actually like physically fighting. Well, yeah, physically fighting in class and everything like that. She like walk me to class, whatever, like pop up in my classroom or something. You know what I'm saying? And once I got like 18, I was like, bro, this is it. This is over with. Well, because at the time, I was more so like I always said like I'm done. And she'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. But I was like messing with so many women that it was like, all right, whatever, bet. You know what I'm saying? You can stay on the team. And once I got like 18, like I said, I was like 17, I think. I was like, I'm gonna go to the military. I'm gonna get rid of her. My thing was to go to the military to get rid of her. You know what I'm saying? And in the midst of me being in boot camp, that's when I found out she was pregnant. And I was like, oh my God, bro, like I'm about to kill myself. You know what I mean? And had I been home, I would have made her come off that baby. But, I would have made her come off that baby. She would have had an abortion.
You couldn't make her, but you could have suggested it.
Nah, she would have came off that baby, like I said. But, like I said, I was gone for those 2 months or whatever, and they came to come see me when I graduated or whatever. Had my son. She was staying with my mama at the time too. I ain't gonna lie, I was young. I hated it, you know what I'm saying? Because I was so young and like I didn't have my
You
father.
feel like your
And I
mom
felt like I was
chose her over you? You feel like your mom chose her over you?
she did that too, but I felt like I was just young. I didn't have a father. I didn't know how it feel to, be a father. And then plus my biggest thing was me having this chick who I hated, you know what I'm saying, have my baby. So I kind of, huh?
I said that.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so in the beginning, which I wasn't even home though, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't home. Like you automatically get on child support, you know what I'm saying? In a sense, in the military, they automatically put you on child support if you're not with the baby mama or whatever. And
go ahead.
huh?
That's a good strategy. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was cool with it because I was young and I was making. I mean, you wasn't really making money, but I mean, when you're young, you don't have no bills or anything. It was all good. Like things didn't get crazy until like I kind of got out, and that's when she was like fighting for more money and doing all kinds of extra things. But she was like basically putting my son against me the whole time, And then when I got out, she was just man, hell on wheels, girl, hell on wheels. I'm still having trouble with this girl, and like I'm off child support. I've been on child support for like the last 4 years, I think, something like
How
that.
did you get off child support? What did you do to get off?
Oh, so during that time while I was gone, my son was going back between his mother and my mother, staying with those two, and I think he stayed with my mama when he was in kindergarten, and then he went back with his mother for first grade, and then he went back with my mama, I think for second grade or something like that. And then after that, he was with my mama full time. Like I guess she couldn't. Her mother had died, and I guess she just couldn't take care of him. I don't know, something like that. And like I said, I'm still in the military, so I really couldn't do too much of nothing. And it was more so like, all right, okay, whatever. So I was just doing my thing, you know what I mean? When I come back home, spend time with him, and when I do come back home or whatever. And I think what happened when I finally got out. And I was like, man, you know what, bro? I'm about to go ahead and get up off this child support. I was like, he don't stay with her. Ain't no way in hell I need to be paying this child support. You know what I'm saying? So
he doesn't live with either one of y'all.
Yeah, because he didn't. Yeah. So technically, when I came home or whatever, he didn't stay with her, and he wasn't even staying with me. You know what I'm saying? But he was staying with my mama. So you gotta play the system. Hey, I stay with my mama. You know what I mean? And that's when they went ahead and just reversed everything and just like not they didn't reverse it because I didn't put child support on her. I was just like, I just don't want to be on child support, so they just kind of pretty much canceled everything out. So that's how I got out.
So do you feel like that you didn't want to be on child support more so because you didn't like the mother? Because I feel like that's like a common theme. Like you feel like if I pay child support, I'm supporting the mom, which really it takes a lot to raise a kid. So the few dollars that you are spending in child support is not really supporting the mom. It's really supporting the kid. But I feel like a lot of men feel like they're supporting the mom too. So they had this negative taste in their mouth about support, about sending money to the mom. So is that that's why you feel like you have such a negative idea? Because child support, if you already doing what you're supposed to do, I guess that's what I don't understand. I don't understand.
My baby mama not you though. My baby mama not nobody else's baby mama. So my baby mama is a bitter female. You know what I mean? What female walking around here this day and age, huh?
What you got to do with your son and your son being taken care of?
You asked me a question about the whole situation. I'm telling you, like my baby mama is bitter. Period. You know what I mean? It wasn't about the money. It was about the fact that she's sitting up there. My son not staying with her, and I'm still paying her child support. Like, why am I paying you child support? My son will stay with you. He's not saying none of the money.
So
it ain't going to him.
No child support. Had he been staying with her?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have had no choice. That would have been cool. I ain't. What else could I have done? You know what I'm saying? I just would have had to eat that. But when my son wasn't staying with her, she should have just been a bigger person and be like, okay, let's go ahead and let me go ahead and drop this. He don't stay with me. But instead, she wanted to be greedy and still collect that money.
So you don't have an issue with child support. You just feel like if the child's not staying, so you're okay with child support. Then you should be okay with my plan.
I said, me being okay with child support is if dude not doing what he's supposed to do. If he's not doing what he's supposed to do, I feel like he should be on child support. And he's an able body. Whether he's able or not able, if he had that child, he's not doing what he's supposed to do. He should be on child support.
Point blank, period. The father don't get along.
Huh?
What about if the mother and father don't get along?
That's how me and my baby mama was. I mean, but if he's still trying, but she gonna put him on. She gonna put him on child support regardless. Like if they're not getting along, she put him on child support. It ain't no way around that one.
So you feel like if they're not getting along, I mean, if they're not getting along, then it should be okay for the father to be on child support, even if you feel like
I don't feel like it's okay, but she's gonna put him on child. 9 times out of 10, it's the female, so she's gonna put him on child support.
I just want to show you.
So we connect child support to feelings. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, females. Yeah, females. Yeah, emotional creatures. And I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you.
It's not personal.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, every
woman.
My
baby mama. Yeah, exactly. I know my baby mama for sure. It was a feelings thing. Like she's still like I don't talk to her. My son don't stay with her to this day, and we still can't be cordial. Like I try to be cordial with her and talk to her like an adult, and she can't handle that. Like still to this day, my number blocked from my son's phone. Still to this day, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, why? What have I done to you? You know what I mean? It's been 13 years since we messed around. Like, what have I done to you? You know, and then it's like she'll talk about what I got going on. Oh, you got this property, you got this, you do like okay, that's me. I'm supposed to be doing that. Like, what are you talking about? What they got to do with you?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
All right. Do you feel like the feelings that you had towards the mother reflected on the relationship of your child? Or you
still very much so. I feel like she put my son against me in the sense, like for the most part, you know what I mean? Like she was trying, but that was her goal. You know what I mean? Like coming up, like she wouldn't let me talk to him. You know what I mean? She said, "Oh, we saw each other. She'll curse your daddy out. Say this, say that. Ooh. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like he'll see us fight. Like she'll be fighting me. You know what I'm saying? In front of which I'll be trying to just leave. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I ain't got time for this. You know, but he'll see he saw all that. You know what I mean? As a kid. So I mean, it is what it is.
How do men separate emotions from? Because I feel like a lot of times women are labeled emotional beings because a lot of what a child learns as far as emotion and being taken care of comes from their mother. So, but what I've also seen just from what you're saying right now is that part of your relationship with your child was affected by the perception or feelings or anger you had towards the mother.
His mother had towards me, not towards what I had towards his mother, because I didn't show him that like that. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But he watched your interaction with his mom. And
but based on his mother's actions, it was from his mother though. I was cool, close connected when I came around. It wasn't me just. You see what I'm saying? If that was the case, I wouldn't have even came around how I was gonna have an attitude toward in front of my son. You see what I'm saying? I wouldn't have even came around the situation. You know, but I always wanted to see my son. Like I wasn't just gonna neglect my son, not gonna see my son. But every time I would see him, it'd always be an issue. Once I got there, you know what I'm saying?
Jeremy says he really feels you as what you said because he's emotional. Olivia in her counseling bag is what he said. He said Olivia's in the counseling bag. And he's
trying to pull it out of me, huh?
I'm just saying because a lot of times men don't realize their emotions.
I get that. No. I get some dudes are very emotional, and I'm not an emotional guy. Like I wasn't brought up like that, so I'm not an emotional guy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, you're not an emotional guy. Go ahead.
Yeah, nigga, your ass funny, boy. Nah, but I know some guys are emotional creatures too, though. You got some guys that'll turn up.
It's okay to say that. It's okay to say a guy is emotional.
I ain't saying I don't have feelings. I ain't saying none of that. I'm just saying like I ain't just no extra emotional guy. You know what I'm saying? You know how females be over the top. You got some guys that's over the top too. I'm just saying I ain't like that. I ain't finna go in front of my kid starting no crazy drama. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want my son or I don't want my daughter to see me fighting their mother. Like that ain't me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's something we do. If we gonna do that, we gonna do that outside where the kids won't see that. You know what I'm saying?
You'll be emotional outside. I get that. So you know they were talking about the idea that
that nigga drunk.
That women should actually like keep account of what they do with the money. You know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna be paying you $500 a month, which most of them paying $250 for that out there. But if I'm gonna be paying you $500 a month, I want I want some type of proof that you're spending this $500 a month on my shit. What do y'all think?
Legit. Huh?
What do y'all think of that?
That should be legit though, because my baby mama, I didn't know where that money was going. Like she was staying pillar to post. Was he taken care of? Shit, not really. Not if he had to go stay with my mama. Am I? So if I'm gone, if I'm in the military and my son gotta go stay with my mama and she getting my child support money, doesn't even make sense.
Well, that's okay. So if you don't have the kid, that's a different situation. But if you have the kid full time,
she had the kid. It don't matter. I'm saying my son still gotta go stay with my mama, huh?
Did she have your child, or did
yes, she had my child. So what I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. I went in the military when I was 18 years old. Okay. So she had my child 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, all them years. But my son, like in the midst of all that, my son was still going back and staying with my mama. See what I'm saying? She was still getting my money. Huh? No, she wasn't. She stayed with my mama like a year, maybe like a year. After she filed on me or whatever, after I had got it on me, she stayed with my mama like maybe like a year or so when my son was like a 1, and then she moved away. See what I'm saying?
So when you took child support off of the table, you took custody of the child.
It wasn't like that. No. It wasn't like that. It was more so when I went, they were like, you would have to go to district court to actually go get custody for custody of your son. I was like, he was like, you have to fight for that, whatever. I'm like, I ain't about to go through all that. So basically, it was like she's still a custodial parent, but he don't stay with her, so everything is still zeroed out.
And see, I think that's something that we need to bring up. A lot of men say, I got into it with a person, earlier this week, because I said men can win custody of their kids. And a lot of men talk about how the system is unfair when it comes to men and it's biased when it comes to men. I think it has a lot to do with this. Y'all don't even try, because you don't want to go through it, and so then you take it as the mom's gonna win anyway. And y'all this idea out there that the system is unfair, but it's a system that you haven't even tried to work. Can you agree with that?
In a sense, kind of, sort of. Yeah. I mean, you got some dudes who do actually, like, nah, she ain't get my child. You feel me? I'm gonna go ahead and do what I gotta do and get their child. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the others that do be like, man, you know what, man, I ain't gonna even worry about it, bro. I'm just gonna, you feel me? So
you agree? Because I said most men don't actually, because when you go to court, you get something like unless the mother can prove that you're unfit. They're going to give you some type, they're not going to just say you can't see your kid, you know what I'm saying? So when men say that the court system is stacked against them, it's usually because they didn't even go to court, right?
Man, they saying it's stacked against them because they own child support. That's why they're saying. They're not saying because whether you go or not, like you still got rights. You still able to see your child. Ain't no, they can't put that out.
Okay. And so when I asked the question previously about do you feel like there should be some type of tally, because you kind of like play both. You kind of answer both sides. I said, if the mother has the child full time, does there need to be some type of like, okay, I spent this on this, I spent this on this. Do you feel like there needs to be some type of working tally? Yeah. Why? If your child is
because I want to know where the money going. Period. That's just me.
It more polite.
As long as it ain't going on as long as I don't see no nails pop up on that, no hair. Ooh, they need a cord for that. You feel me? I think they got one now already, but I don't need to see I don't need to be using my money to get no hair, no drinks, daughter, girls, no, none of that. None of that.
See, the privilege of being a man and not the full-time parent, if you're not with the parent, is that you don't understand that I paid for this child to go to school and I didn't get my nails done because I paid for her. I paid for her lunch. I paid for her clothes. I got those shoes. So now when I receive your money, I'm using that money.
Man, go on.
Ain't no going on. You don't want to hear the truth.
You want to replace what you got. No. Where on the money to come?
What? No, the kid. That's what I'm saying. That's why y'all go on child support at birth, because the kid can't wait. That's what we're trying to get out of. The kid can't wait. You can't say we gotta wait on.
Child support comes just like you get paid twice a month or whatever. It comes the same thing.
But if the kid needs supplies for the next day, I can't say, well, the child support come in Thursday. I'll get it next Thursday. If I see my kid and they look raggedy and they say all they do is be at home, we got a problem. How much do you think it costs to be at home? You know how much it costs to have a house nowadays? How much do you think gas is? How much do you think it is to buy
water, clothes, food?
But the child support check coming. If I'm working, the child support check coming. Just the will up check coming. So what are you talking about?
How much y'all think the average man pays? How much y'all think
the average man pay in child support? Maybe I said about $300 to $400, maybe $450.
Okay, that's pretty good. $350 is the average thing of child support. Okay, so if I just told you, sir, that daycare for a 4-year-old,
you talking to me like you the state. I just told you, sir. God damn. That's how that's how the state talks to you in the middle of the phone when you call them. You like that? I just want to know how much I owe on back pay. I just told you, sir.
All I'm saying is that you know that daycare is $235 a week, and that's the base. My daughter was 4 years old, so that means that she was so $235 a week, and you're telling me the average child support is $350 a month. You don't have the right to ask me where the child support went.
Miss me with that. It's my money for my child. I can ask you whatever I want to ask you.
If you don't, okay, you're welcome, Jeremy. You know, the people. Phyllis said, "One man can pay child support. It doesn't measure up to what we have to do for our child. What man paying child support does not measure up to what we have to do for the kids. It's basically what Phyllis is saying. Like child support is just a blimp in the radar, especially if you have a small child. It's a blimp in the radar. So you don't get the right to ask me questions about what we did with the money. Let's talk about Gucci Man for a second, okay? So Gucci Man has a daughter, all right, and she's a special needs daughter, all right, beautiful girl, and her mom was asking for more money because he said he couldn't afford to pay. If somebody's watching, Google that. I think it was like he said he couldn't afford to pay over $500 a month for child support, all right. And so, but guess what he did when his wife had a baby? Guess what he did?
What'd he do?
He gave her $1 million. So you can't afford to pay for your special needs daughter, but okay, I'm gonna play a TikTok that I was just sent. But he was able to give Keisha Dior, whatever her name is, he was able to give her $1 million. Do you understand the frustration with child support and how women are left holding the bag and how this country doesn't really, appreciate women and doesn't really understand? Like I said, if this was a male issue, they would have been figured it out, okay? Like as soon as men weren't able to get it up past the age of 30, you can get erectile medicine at the gas station. But women have been solely taking care of their kids forever, and we don't have anything to show for. Like men won't help at all. So
they got women who don't take care of their kids too. So
okay, you keep talking about those 10 people. There are women out there.
10. Mix me with that. I know a bunch. Just because y'all two take care of your daughter. Look. That's 2 out of however many.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let's be fair. Okay, there are some women out there that don't take care of their kids and don't take their responsibility. But men outnumber them. That's all we're saying. We're not saying they don't exist, but it's such a small. Today, let's not waste our time talking about that. Let's talk about
the number of bitter women outweigh men.
Bitter women? What's that?
The number. I'm just saying, because there you go. That's where it come in at.
What?
Baby, what you want on it? What you up?
You see how much work that is? How much work it is to have a small child? But see, if you don't have...
It's my nigga. Look at him. I'm baby.
Okay, sir. But yeah, so I want to play this. I'm echoing. I want to play this brief clip of this man that's in child support court, and he said what he has to go through.
Disrespect in my courtroom. Now, did you pay child support? Well, the entire order the court. Piece of shit, like you make me sick. I want to see all your bank transactions. Documents are right here.
Bye-bye.
Have you been paying child support? And I need proof right now. Yes, Your Honor. Absolutely. I actually have. I heard it. Not allowed to in my courtroom. Now, did you pay child support? Well, the entire order the court. Piece of shit, like you make me sick. I want to see all your bank transactions. Documents are right. All the transactions. Any more outbursts like that, Mr. Smith, you're out of here. Now, I'm going to ask you one time. What is your monthly income? Well, I'm going to put down 8,000 because you're not working to your potential. That's not fair.
That's real. That's real.
$82 per month for the school. Order the court. That's not my problem. When you pay this bill, you throw your ass in jail where men do more than cop and fill. Make a choke.
Hey, that's real. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something.
That's not everybody's court case, Jay. Don't even go there.
Let me tell you. Listen though. Before I went to the military, right? Mm-hmm. So we had a meeting about child support, right? So boom, I go in the little office thing. At this time, I'm like I said, I'm about 17, 18. I'm working at Kroger's. They was like, how many hours you work or something like that. I was like, man, I only work like, at that time I was only working like 26 hours, maybe not even 30. It was like, well, nah, we go off for 40 hours. Ooh. I'm like, oh, I don't work that. It was like, well, nah, this is what we go off for. I'm like, bro, how the hell how you gonna cut me? You feel me?
Does the kid get to cut his eating because you only work?
I ain't ask you that. But if you going on my pay and if you going on my, you feel me? You gotta go by the book. You can't just go off what you want to go off. You can't pick the numbers you want to pick. It don't work like that.
You gotta see both sides of that.
I don't see both sides of that. Ain't no both sides because it don't work like that.
We have men of different races. I just won't say black men. We have men of different races that move to different states to avoid child support. Find jobs that don't report to state, to pay child support. Bring in statements that don't reflect their actual pay.
What they got to do with what I said, though?
But that's what I'm saying. It's two sides to it. That's a reason why it's like, oh, you only work 30 hours when you should be working 40 because you have a child to provide for. That's kind of, I feel like that's what it's.
So, but you can't pick what hours the job gonna give you. If the job say we only got 30 hours,
you need a second job.
I was 18 years old. Nigga, I was like
18 years old with a baby. That baby still got to eat.
I ain't gonna do all that shit.
That's the problem. Like okay, child support.
You crazy? Look,
says, I want to address this. Jeremy wants to know. Thank you, Jeremy, for asking all these wonderful questions. What would we do without you? He says, so if it's been a historic women thing, why haven't women been able to pick better? I am so glad you asked that question.
I'm glad you brought that up.
I am so glad.
It's on y'all. Dirty. Boy, don't get me started. I'm about to turn up on y'all.
Yeah. Okay, so Jeremy, if you have,
Jeremy know why?
If you have,
I'm loud.
Can you be quiet, please? If you have a bucket of spoiled milk, okay, and you have one carriage in there that's actually up to date, and you have to blindfold yourself. You don't even have to blindfold yourself. You have to go there and pick some milk. If 99% of them are spoiled, okay, what more than like you got a 9 times out of 10 chance of picking the spoiled milk. The problem is we don't have enough good men. So when we get them in, we gonna get what's out there. It's like you can't tell me everybody's
Jeremy.
Let me go ahead and mute you.
That man put that paintings on him. That's what it was.
There we go. Excuse me. So the problem is there's not a good enough, there's not a number of good enough men to choose from, because you can't tell me all these women are choosing bad. It's not everybody is choosing bad. There has to be accountability for what these men are doing, and they don't want to be accountable. At the end of the day, we set the bar low, and we've coddled them. Like if you don't have your kid, women will say stuff like, "Why your child with you? Why you leaving the baby with that man? He don't know what to do with that baby." Like we set the bar so low for men that they feel like if they see their kids twice a month, 2 times, them 2 days every other weekend, that they've done what they're supposed to do. So it's not that some people do choose bad, but that's not the overall problem. The overall problem is the bar is so low for men that they can just. I'll bring you back in, sir. The bar is so low for men that it's just not a lot to choose from. Y'all feel like you have this entitlement problem. So instead of worrying about who we choose, if y'all could just step it up as a whole, if y'all could hold a meeting or something and just step it up as a whole, that would be appreciated. How is this related? Because they probably choose poorly. Because it's a bunch of snakes and they might not all be poisonous. Okay, but
man, can you unmute me already? Come on now.
Also, some guys are probably good men, but not good fathers, and I think that's 2 different things too. A guy you can beat him, he can woo you, and you can be in a relationship with them. There's a person, and the baby gets here, and it's like a switch, a change up. You're like, whoa, what? Wait a minute. You don't want to help out with the kid.
When y'all get new families and you leave the previous, like you get a restart. It's like the woman gets married and you divorce the woman and the kids, and then you start over again with a new family. It says, with the exceptional regulations, nobody's forced you to web with and have a baby with somebody you don't trust.
Thank you.
No one said they didn't trust them. What they're saying is y'all are piss poor people. So like when we first get in these relationships, you think they're one person, and then once you have the kids, their true self starts coming out because y'all are held to such a low standard. Like literally, not you, because I know, as far as I know, I don't know you personally. As far as I know, you have your kid, right? But say you don't ever have your kid, right? And you decide to get your child one time in a month period, and you take a picture with that child and you put it on Facebook. And then tomorrow I go and say we have a kid together. So I go, oh, Jeremy never takes care of her kid. Everybody gonna be like, I see him post that kid all the time. Yeah, he had that baby. He's a good daddy. Da da da. Because the bar is so low for men. It's like as long as y'all wave at your children.
Man, can I talk now, man? You didn't talk about the last 15, 20 minutes, man.
Well, I guess maybe I talk because the name of the show is Melissa's Cricket Creation. So
I ain't worried about that, man.
But go ahead.
Melissa, the J Boy Entertainment and Melissa Cricket Creation Show. But like I was about to say, so back to what we were saying, man. So you want to talk about women? Our standards are set so low, and this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, y'all knew what y'all was sleeping with. Y'all chose to sleep with it, and y'all was, amazed by that penis. Man, put it down, and what else could you do?
Can you be amazed? Like you can't have.
You was awed by that penis. So you chose to be with that sack of shit.
Father.
It ain't about knowing if you. Man, you know he a bad person. Period. Like you see those red flags. Those red flags come up throughout that whole.
You're making the assumption that every deadbeat dad was a guy who didn't treat the girl right or was a bad person in the street. There are men who divorce.
It ain't about that. I'm just saying red flags is in general. Red flags in general, because you got women right now. Women right now, they like you ain't gotta be a bad dude, period. But if you ain't giving them attention, they moving on to the next person, and so forth and so forth and so forth. So, but you dealing with the person every day in and day out. You know what he was about, period. Or women know what they're about. Women know, huh?
I can tell what type of father you are. Now I'm not saying that women don't need to be accountable.
I mean, if your baby daddy got kids before your kid and he ain't taking care of his kids.
So you saying we need to interview the baby mama? That's what you're saying. We should have
but you can see, like you can tell if he ain't taking care of his previous kids.
Some men, let's be real, some men pick and choose which kids they're gonna care for. So you talk to him, he's a great father with this kid or from your perception, because you only know what you see, right? So he's a great father from your perception. You see him with his kid, you see him interacting, he talks about this child a lot. You think, okay, well, at least I know he's a good dad, and then he might not be the same person for your child. So that's not even a good answer. Now,
if y'all together, why wouldn't he do that for your child?
Or they say, hey, I want to be there for my child, but the mother of my child is not allowing me to do that, which is a common
We have
story.
those. That's real.
Okay.
We have a couple of those.
Okay. So with that being said, if he hasn't been able to interact, or so he says he hasn't been able to interact, because of course some men are going to court and fighting for their rights for the kids or whatever the case may be, how does that woman know how much of that story is actually true and how much of that's fake?
Jay,
what questions do you ask on the first date? The man's a good father. What questions?
Say? Did you see the?
Yeah, I did. Hey, I did, but I was so young. I did. We
were young too. What about that?
Nah, you weren't as young as I was when you had your kid. Don't get it twisted.
Personally.
Oh, we can't
exactly.
But
no, bull. That's why I was telling you. Like, I went to the military to get rid of her. That was my whole plan. That was my whole plot because she wasn't trying to go nowhere, and she was so stuck to my family. You see what I'm saying? So I had to do that was my whole plan, was to go there to get rid of her.
But why not communicate to her? I don't want to be with you.
But she wasn't. That lady was. That girl was like because it was easy just to go away. Like, I ain't got time to be explaining to somebody that I don't care about, don't want to be with. I ain't finna sit up there and take my time out to do all that.
You lack
when I could just dip.
Skills.
But so be it. I was gonna dip. That was my whole plan.
I lack communication skills. I couldn't let her know that I couldn't be the man.
Look,
I was getting.
It wasn't no being the man that she wanted me to be. I didn't want to be with her. Period.
Okay, we should just told her.
Nigga, you know how many times I told her that? And it was I'm sorry. Were you still
sleeping with her? Were you still sleeping with her?
Man, I was young. I don't
want to hear about how old
when you out here getting that, man. Look, you ain't tripping on where it's coming from. You just want it.
Were you still sleeping with her?
When?
After you told her you didn't want to be with her,
obviously I got a kid.
Okay.
What the hell? What sense does that even make?
So Jeremy said somebody laid it down on him, and he was like, "I want to make her a better woman." Well, Jeremy, I hope you're able to do that. Well, whoever. So, Jeremy, you didn't see the red flags with the mother of your child? Well, I don't know if she's a bad person or not, so let me not say that. She might be a great mother. But hold on. Jeremy says she don't, but that doesn't give a green light to have unprotected sex, Olivia. But okay, so let's be real for a second. What about the men? And we're not trying to pass the blame, because I feel like that's what we're doing right now. At the end of the day, it was two consensual adults who decided to have sex and created a baby. But once the baby gets here, it's both adults' responsibility to take care of the kids. But if we're gonna play the blame game for a second, okay, let's play it. All right. So, what about men who take off the condom mid-sex? I mean, how are you supposed to identify this? I mean, do you not know how women get pregnant? So if you don't, you could get pregnant. I know the whole story. You could get pregnant from pre-ejaculation, but that's a low risk. A lot of people use the pull-out method and have been successful. But if you decide that you want to ejaculate in a woman, you have to know that she possibly could get pregnant.
So you ain't checking to see if you pull the condom off. You just your eyes in the back of your head like that.
So am I supposed to be down there every 5 seconds? Be like, okay.
I ain't saying be like that, but you can't grab it. You can't grab the shaft. You feel me? And hey, so gotta make sure this baby on.
Again, so there's no accountability for a person who pulls the condom off mid-sex. Is that what you're saying?
It is accountability, but at the same time, I mean, you got to take precaution too. I mean, it's on you too. It's on both of y'all.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm guilty of all I'm talking about. Whatever he was talking about, he's guilty of it. Okay. So thank you, Jeremy, for always with your enlightening comments. We appreciate it.
So how do we move past the blame game?
Nobody is obligated to have a child with somebody before they vetted them enough. I don't understand what you're saying. What you mean? Of course we know nobody's obligated. Are you saying that once you've had your 10 seconds of fun and you've ejaculated and got this person pregnant, it is now up to her to kill the baby so that you won't become a father? Is that what you're saying, Jeremy?
But you was in that fun too at 10 seconds. You was in there. Right.
But I say I want to keep the child. You want to get rid of it.
You say what?
Well, if I say I want to keep the child, and you say you want to get rid of it, am I wrong if I don't terminate the pregnancy because you don't want the kid, even though you didn't take the precautions?
Let a nigga sign his rights over.
No, you're gonna pay for this kid.
Look, see, let that man go. Let this man be free, man.
Why you get to sign your rights over?
Cause the man be like, man, he don't want it, man. We don't need that. We ain't playing for this or none of that. And you still gonna have it, like knowing that.
Not to have wear a condom. That's what I don't get.
No, like y'all didn't plan for it though. Period. Like whether y'all wore a condom or not, it wasn't. It wasn't planned.
You subconscious.
You know,
a plan. How do you plan not to have a child?
How do you plan on not having a child? That's something y'all talk about beforehand. Like, look, man.
Somebody that you don't know well enough to be a good mother or father, right? I feel like it's a blame game going on. Mm-hmm. And the point of everything that we're talking about is how do we hold the people accountable who have the children but don't want to take care of them? You know what I'm saying? Everybody had fun, right?
But we still talking about at the same time, like, what if he just be like, hey, we ain't playing this. We don't need this right now. Like, what do you do? You still gonna have it just because you just I'm gonna have this baby? But do you know? You still at the state, huh?
Have you ever had an abortion? Have you ever been pregnant and had?
What I look like, man?
Of course, you never had. So you don't know what the woman goes through. You don't know how it affects her psyche. So for you, instead.
Okay, so what if he? But what if he came to you and was like, "Hey, after y'all had sex, hey, I busted you on accident, whatever. I couldn't pull out in time. Is it Plan B time or what? Or is it? Well, we just gonna wait and see.
You want to buy the Plan B?
Yeah, nigga, I'm gonna spend whatever. What you need? I just want to make sure you take the motherfucker.
That's a different time. Then waiting until the person is pregnant and trying to get them to have an abortion. I think. Do y'all think Plan B and abortions are different or the same thing? Or not?
That's two different things.
Huh?
That's two different things.
Yeah, that's two different things.
I think it's a lot of psychological things that go on with a woman. Not only when they have abortions, they still have the reaction of having a baby still in their body. A lot of women have to go to therapy behind that. A lot of women are left not being able to have a baby after having an abortion. So I don't think you understand a lot of the process for a woman for you to say, "Hey, I want a kid."
And you know how many women that had an abortion and still had kids after that? Plenty.
What does that mean?
I'm just saying. You would say this psychologically. A nigga psychologically traumatized. You froze, girl. Your screen froze. Look at that.
I cannot. Oh my God. I cannot.
I need to take a picture of that.
If you need verification, you're laughing. But you can't be in 2021 and not know the dangers of being in a toxic co-parent situation. If you fail to plan, you fail to plan. I'm just saying. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Way to go, Jeremy. I heard that is treacherous. Okay, so Jeremy said he doesn't even recommend a Plan B pill because it's so traumatic on the woman that these men need to be. Okay, so seriously, I just want to be serious for a second.
Hey, Jeremy, don't leave my side, Jeremy. I'm counting on you, brother. Don't leave my side.
Tell the truth, Jeremy. Tell the truth.
Don't leave it. Look.
I joke a lot and I'm playing and I'm like, oh, this, that, and this. At the end of the day, we just want both parties to be accountable. I think men need to step up and raise their kids just as much as you say these trifling women out there.
That's true.
And we can't expect people to put their bodies in harm's way through abortion, or if, I don't know if Plan B is toxic or whatever. We can't expect them to put them their bodies in harm's way because you made some bad decisions. If we collectively could decide that we're not going to sleep with anybody that we don't want to have kids with, that we can't see ourselves being a family with, or having kids with, we'll go way further. But there needs to be consequences for the ones who still then go out and have kids, because I know there are women out there who say, I don't need a man to take care of my child. And my problem with that is if you're on government, if you get food stamps, I know you probably had her. So I mean, hey, but if they get government assistance, Section 8 food stamp, you should have that father on child support. And so
he 9 times out of 10 he gonna be on child support. They coming for him. If they get all that, they coming for him.
Okay.
If they paying for housing and the food stamps,
and the daycare, he coming for him.
And yeah, he should be held responsible.
Jay, Jeremy says you need to plan better. Now he didn't say.
What do you mean?
Nah, he
Stop
didn't.
playing. Hey, I know Jeremy didn't say that shit. Look, don't be trying to put us against each other because I was about to go.
Divide and conquer.
Phyllis says Jay ignorance is mind bothering. I say so too.
Phyllis, you know what? You know what I think about your mind? Your ignorance.
You don't know Phyllis. You don't know Phyllis.
Phyllis.
So what you
I know Phyllis a crybaby. But
so what we know
your cousin, sensitive.
Phyllis is not my cousin. Ooh.
Oh, that's your cousin?
Not even Candy.
Oh, it's Candy.
Come today.
Phyllis.
Come.
But at the end of the day, all we're saying is, we love black. Oh, I mean, this is not just a black man thing. But we love men, and we just want y'all to step up and be accountable for your actions and stop blaming others. I feel like for too long we've allowed y'all to blame the system for you breaking into our house. Blame the system.
That nigga broke into their kid. You crazy.
No, we made so many excuses for y'all to the point now you feel like you don't have to be accountable for anything you do. All we're saying is,
I'm older now, bro. So like now, like you put me in the state I was. Like back then, I was young. So but now it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like now, like if I decide to have more kids, like, I look at it like this though. If I'm gonna have more kids, I need more property. You see what I'm saying? So each of my kids can have a house. That's how I look at it now. Back then, when I was younger, I was you can come up with that, baby, woo woo. But now it's more so like if I have more kids, each of my kids gonna have property. Something left behind for them. That's how I look at it. Like which I do want more kids, so I mean I gotta get more property. But I just feel like I feel like dudes should step up because you have some dudes who do like get on the internet. They got all this jewelry on, they got gold teeth, but they ain't taking care of their kids. When the bad mom put them on child support, them niggas act like the world is ended. Oh, she did this, she did woo woo, but you up here stunning. You living with your mama though, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, hey, it is what it is.
And we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. But the last thing I want to say is I see a lot of comments, online from men who like get upset when like a future gets, has to pay like $10,000 a month child support, or like whoever else that has money, they have to pay all this money. I just want to let you know, guys, you're safe. Like your $400 every 2 weeks.
No, but hey, they get upset about that little $10,000 though. They get upset about that $30,000 when they make enough. They taking their 25% or 20%, but they get upset too about that. So I mean, whether he get upset about his little $200 and he gets upset about his little $10,000, I mean, what's the difference? That's just what he make. I mean, it just averages out. You still gonna get mad regardless.
Yeah. So I guess what we learned today, ladies, is let's save our wombs. Like let's not give our wombs to these men that don't want to take care of their kids. So that's one of my missions in life. I want to work with young girls and tell them don't have kids with these men until you get married, because the ball falls in your court. And we can drop them off and run, but your kid won't be raised well. It won't have your touch. So
but basically, you need to tell them to stop having sex. Because you can't. You feel me?
It's not stop having sex. It's have protected sex. Know your ovulation schedule. Be on top of your body. Know your body.
And don't be easily manipulated, because dudes are manipulators. Like we're narcissists.
Know that even if you cool his mama, he can still switch up on.
Yeah, you can live with his mama and he still don't care nothing about it.
He's
still run away, okay?
But I want to thank both you guys. I wish Frederick, not Douglas, could have been on here, because I know he had a great perspective. He's a really cool guy. Maybe we can get him back soon.
Can you get that Phyllis with that J crap off the? I'm tired of seeing Phyllis' name and J ignorance is mind bothering. Phyllis gonna get kicked in her,
You always. Okay, but
don't be so sensitive.
I didn't finish my but when I finish it, I'll put it in Boss Beginners. If you have not joined Boss Beginners, this is the perfect time. I do have another group called Gossip Over Painting, where you guys can come hear all the latest gossip and all the latest things. I think today we didn't really get anywhere because I don't know if we really heard each other's side. So, ladies, what you heard today is these men aren't willing to take care of their kids. So let's really take care of our wounds and make sure we're not giving it to men that don't want to take care of their kids. I really appreciate you, Jay, for coming. I appreciate you, Olivia, for coming. And until next time, as I always say,
stay crafty.